Okay, so we are now recording. You may turn your cameras off if you wish while I do the lecture part. Okay, again, I'll do the attendance a little bit later. All right, so I had one more problem to do in 11.7. So our little mini calendar is, we're here, 11.7. I'll lecture a while, only be a few minutes, stop, let you ask questions, break for 10 minutes, and then give you the test. If the pattern holds according to the last few times, you've had more than an hour, sometimes even an hour and a half, that's perfectly fine with me. Okay. And so again, we are up to here, but the test would just be 9.1 to 10.2. Okay, so I'll be done in 10, 15 minutes. If you think of any questions you might want to have, be ready to bring it up after I finish this one longest problem, 11.733. So I was just going to do the one problem, but as you can see, it's fairly long. Okay, there's 6 things going on there for number 33, and I've already written them. And let's go right to it. Okay, now we've already seen this before. X greater than or equal to 0, Y greater than or equal to that means first quadrant. Okay, so I'll do just a first quadrant graph. These two, let me get these out of the way. If I add X, it says 20 is greater than or equal to X, which is the same thing as X is less than or equal to 20. This one, if I add Y, that's an arrow, 30 is greater than or equal to Y, or Y is less than or equal to 30, which basically means I've got a box. Okay, X has to be greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to 20. Y is greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to 30. Okay, so my graph is going to be kind of weird. I'm going to go like this. Okay, this is X equals 0. This is X equals 20. Y equals 0. Y equals 30. So the first 4 basically just tell me I'm in a box. Okay, if you happen to have a graphing calculator, it's like just a view of your graphing calculator. Okay, that X is between 0 and 20, Y is between 0 and 30. Okay, so X is greater than or equal to 0. It's to the right of this line. X is less than or equal to 20. It's to the left of this line. Y is greater than or equal to 0 above this line. Y is less than or equal to, where'd it go? 30 below this line. Again, I see these are divisible by 5, so why don't I count by 5s? 5, 10, 15, 20. This I'll count by 5s. So that would be 15, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, so I've gotten the first 4 out of the way. So that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. Now, X plus Y is less than or equal to 40. Well, I would have 0, 40, but I don't go up that high. So let's see what I can do. Right here, Y is 30. If Y is 30, that means X is 10, right? So 10, 30. Where'd I get that from? Well, the highest Y value I can have is 30. So I plug in 30 and get 10. And the biggest X value is 20. What happens when I plug in 20? 20 plus what number is 40? Well, 20. So 20, 20. That's right there. Connect it with a solid line. Okay, yes, technically the line keeps going, but if I literally drew all the lines out, the picture would get too cluttered. So here is X plus Y equals 40. And now I had to choose either to shade above or below. Let me pick the origin. 0, 0. 0 plus 0, 0 is less than or equal to 40. That's true. So I'm below this line. So right now, my solution set is this funny shape. I've got this crooked side here, and then this and this. Maybe you just show me this. Right. So this is what I have. All right, now let's try x plus y is greater than or equal to 35. Okay, so I'd like to have intercepts of 35, but again, I don't go out that far. So let me just do the limitations of what I have. Okay, right here, y is 30. If y is 30, what's x? Y is 30, that's 35, 5. So 5 comma 30, that's right over there. And how about x is 20? Put 20 there. 20 plus what number is 35? Well, 15. So that's over here. So that's what I got. And maybe just for emphasis, let me label these points. This was 20, 20, 20, 15. And this was 5, 30. $10, $30, right? All right, so focus only on this line. Yes, we know the line keeps going, but I already know I got to be within the box. Okay, so focus only on that line. Am I going to shade above or below? So let's try the origin again. 0, 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 35. That's not true. Origin doesn't work. I'm going to shade above. Okay, so can you see what I have? I have this sort of pavement, this roadway that I have. Okay, I got to be inside this box, below this line, above this line. So now I can commit to my solution just being this part right over here. Okay, and that's it. And that's as much as I was going to show you. There are other problems that I didn't do, of course, but this was the longest. As you can see, 33 is the biggest. So all the others are a little bit shorter. Okay. And I have now officially finished the section that I had. Let's pick up some of my papers here that dropped off. All right, so let me do my focus thing again for this. Okay, and that's all the lecture I was going to have. It's only 11:20, so we can start the test, very early if you wish. Okay, so schedule-wise, 11:1, 11:6, 11:7. I'm done here. So all we have left in the semester is 12.1, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We should be able to finish that. Looks like if I just do one section a day, I think we're going to be okay. All right, but now we'll take our attention to today's test. So 9.1 to 10.2. That's what's due for homework. Again, you must submit at least 70% of the homework by half an hour after the test. So our test ends at our usual ending time at 1 o'clock. Some of you already turned in the homework. I got it, so you're good. But everybody else, remember, if you don't submit the homework, at least 70%, I don't grade your test. It counts as a 0. So that's mandatory. Okay, so our test will end at 1 o'clock whenever we start, which might be a few minutes or as late as 12 something. And then you have until 1:05 to submit the test and 1:30 to submit the homework. And then all we have left are all this in the remaining 3 weeks. Okay. So I will decide when. I haven't set a date yet. I don't think it'll be here, but it may be somewhere here. But when I think I have enough information to announce the day of the test, then I'll let you know. It'll probably be here somewhere. Okay, so I'm finished with lecture. And now let me go to the chat and see if there's any questions that we have. Okay, so how do you find the area of a triangle that doesn't have a right angle, but we know 2 sides and 1 angle that are included? Okay, so we have a formula for that. So area of a triangle. Okay, so call this C, C, A, B, A, B. Okay, so let's say this is 30 degrees, and I'm just making up stuff. This is 7, and this is 6. Okay, so we have a formula. Area is 1/2 AB sine of C. If you didn't put it on your cheat sheet, you can put it on your cheat sheet now. Okay, so if you have two sides and an included angle, this is the formula for the area. So in this case, it's 1/2 A is 6, B is 7, sine of 30 degrees. Okay, and whatever that comes out to be. So that's 42/4, which is 10.5. Okay, so that's how you do that. Okay, if you just join, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so I think that answers your question. 9.349 and 9.419 was asked for. Okay, so let's take a look at that. 9.349, 9.419. See how much of that I'm willing to do. Okay, I see 9.349, but that wasn't assigned, I don't think. 9.349, somebody asked for it, but it's not on the list. So I don't want to bother doing something that was not on the list. So I'm going to exclude this one. 10.2, number 3 was asked for. 9.419. 9.419, since I already wrote it here, I'll put it 2 cosine squared x minus sine x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, find all solutions, express answers in radians. Okay, cosine squared is 1 minus sine squared. 1 minus sine squared x minus sine x minus 1 equals 0. The trick is to get everything in terms of just one trig function. Okay, so distribute 2 minus 2 sine squared x minus sine x minus 1 equals 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. Negative 2 sine squared x minus sine x plus 1 equals 0. That's a quadratic equation in sine of x. I don't like the negative leading coefficient, so multiply both sides by -1 like this. 2 sine squared x plus sine x minus 1 equals 0. Factor 2 sine x. Sine x, the only way to get 1 is 1 and 1. And to end up with a positive, the positive should go here, negative there. Check with FOIL. 2 sine squared x plus sine x minus plus 2 sine x minus, yeah, that works. Okay, so either this is 0 or this is 0. 2 sine x minus 1 equals 0, or sine x plus 1 equals 0. Sine x is 1/2, or sine x equals -1. Okay, so unit circle. Sine of what angle will come out to have a y coordinate of 1/2? That's there and there. That's pi over 6. This is 5 pi over 6. This is 3 pi over 2. So here, here, and here. And let's see, these are all 120 degrees apart. So I can get by with just making one statement. Okay, so x is pi over 6 plus a multiple of 2 pi over 3. 2 pi k over 3, where k is an integer. Okay. Now, if you don't want to put down the k as an integer, you don't have to, as long as you put the k. Okay, let's always assume that when you put the k for these kind of problems, the implication is k is an integer. So pi over 6, add 120, add another 120, add another 120, or subtract 120, 120, and 20. Okay, so that's probably the fastest way to do that one. Okay, and let me give you the focus on that one. Okay, and then 10.2, number 3.
It's 10.1, sorry.
10.1, number 3. Okay. .1, number 3. .1, number 3. So angle B, AC, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So quickie picture here. A, B, C, right angle. Angle B is 60 degrees, which automatically makes this 30, right? AC is 16. AC is 16. Find the other two sides. Okay, I'm going to call them X and Y, I guess. All right, so let's see. Opposite, hypotenuse. So sine. Sine of 60 degrees is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, multiplied by x, x sine of 60 equals 16, divided by sine of 60. X is 16 divided by sine of 60 degrees. This one you can find the exact value. Sine of 60 was radical 3 over 2. So if you divide by a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal, 16 times 2 over radical 3. 32 over radical 3. And the units are centimeters. And you want a decimal approximation, 32 divided by square root of 3. 18.48. Centimeters. Okay, then that's X, but they said find AB. So AB is equal to X. And BC is Y. So BC is Y. Okay, so let's see. 60 degrees, opposite, adjacent. Opposite, adjacent sounds like tangent. So tangent of 60 degrees is opposite over adjacent, 16 over Y. Multiplied by Y. Y tan 60 degrees is 16 divided by tangent 60. Y equals 16 divided by tangent 60. And yes, that's the same as BC. So many centimeters. Okay, and just make sure I'm in degree mode. By the way, for the test, you might have to be able to switch back and forth between degrees and radians, right? So be ready to switch back and forth. This one's in degrees. So let's see. 16 divided by what? Tangent 60? 16 divided by tangent 60. 9.24. 9.24. Okay. Okay, let's see. Check the chat. Okay, I think I've answered the question there. Anybody who joined, don't worry about it. I'm not taking attendance for the second half. I believe I've caught up. If I didn't get your question, put it in the chat again. It's hard for me to read the chat and do the problems at the same time. Yeah, I think I'm caught up. So anybody else with a question, please? Either unmute yourself or put it in the chat. Okay, hearing nothing, then I think we're ready to start. Okay, I see we have 11:30. So we'll break until 11:40. So the exam will begin exactly 11:40-ish. Okay, I'll send the exam over Canvas announcements, but I'll also send it over here too also. Okay, so break until 11:40 and get ready for the test.